Hi guys, Lauren Robinson here, and today we are going to do a video on tattoo aftercare. So it's one that people ask about all the time. So I've been tattooing and doing an apprenticeship and everything for a while now, so I thought it'd be a good time to just go over how we look after tattoos and like what you want to be doing, what you don't want to be doing, and all of that stuff. So probably the first thing I should say about having a tattoo, however big or however small it is it's a wound on your skin. Like, use your common sense. Like, if you get loads of gunk in there or go, I don't know, like swimming in dirty water or something like that, like, it's not going to be good for it. So just first things first is use your common sense. So when you leave the tattoo shop, you're likely to have one of two things happen. So what they'll either do is they will wrap it in cling film, so they'll wipe it off and they'll wrap it in a nice layer of cling film for you, or they might use something like a second skin. So there's a brand called Saniderm, and again it's actually quite like cling film, but it's a more breathable layer that you could keep on longer. So again, so you've got your cling film on, you've left the shop, they'll tell you either, so some tattooists tell you to wash it off straight away. So when you get home, jump in the shower and use some antibacterial soap. That's what I would do. So when you get in, just go home, like clean it up. It's going to take you like 20 minutes, half an hour at least to get home anyway. The blood's going to you're going to know what's going on a bit more. So go home, clean it off in the shower. Some tattooists, depending on when and where you've been tattooed, might tell you to keep the cling film on overnight, put a towel down in bed, and wash it off in the morning. But I don't know, that's not for me. Just wash it off when you get home. And then you're going to want to start looking at what you're going to apply to your tattoo. So again, this is like a massive disaster zone of loads of people saying different things, and that's why again I can tell you what I recommend and what works for me, but again it's use your common sense. So let me just have a look what I've written down here. So I like something quite natural and quite sort of simple as you can get, really. So that's why I'll use something by Lush. It's called Dream Cream. So Dream Cream really works really well for me. A lot of people use Palmer's cocoa butter. That's really nice. You got your bepanthen. So some people have said that the recipe's changed recently. I don't know how true that is. I don't use it. So apparently it's not as good, but I would still recommend it. I know a lot of artists do recommend it. That's fine. Panthen. What else have you got? You've got your coconut oil. So the panthen's got lanolin in. So you'll find that if you're vegan, a lot of vegans won't use the panthen because it's just not vegan. So you got your coconut oil. That's quite a nice one. It's really plain. And you just want to keep your tattoo nice and moist, especially for the first couple of days. You don't want a big horrible scab sort of healing up and drying up. You want to keep it a bit more moist and a bit, you know, a bit more protected. Try not to I mean it's easier said than done, but try not to wear clothing that's really restricted of it, restricting of where of the tattoo position. Again, like, you've just got to do your best with it, and just be really mindful that you have got a wound there and you just want it to heal and look really nice when it's done. That's the end goal, really. I know some people, if they know they're getting tattooed in a funny place, they'll take some time off work. They'll take some time off work and, you know, wear the right clothes, you know, for those couple of days. Just the first couple of days seem to, if you can just really ease off what you're doing, is really helpful. Where was I? So once you get past this, like, I mean, it depends. It's different people's skin, but with me, it's probably 3 days maybe. Once you get past that, like, critical kind of 3-day bit, I then swap moisturiser and I go for something a little bit heavier, and I go to Palmer's cocoa butter, but again, that's just me. So it's just this sort of 3 days that you've got, have something really plain, really moisturising for it, and then you can swap. I personally swap. I know a lot of people for that kind of stage use, again, something from Lush called elbow grease. I've not used it, so I'm not recommending it, but I know that a lot of people do use that and get on really well with it. And you kind of want to continue that on. You want to just continue, you want to just try and not let it sort of really scab up and flake off in one go, just sort of let it do its thing. And people will continue moisturising their tattoos for 3 or 4 weeks really well, really intensively, just to make sure it heals really nicely. So when you go back in for that next session, you know, you've got no problems and the artist isn't having to fill in you know, loads of colour where it's sort of gone blotchy. So again, like, that's something really important to remember as well. Like, you're doing this so that you get the nicest finish to your tattoo and you're really pleased with it and all of those things. So yeah, you've got to bear that in mind, really. We're not saying do it for our own good. We're saying do it for your own good. You want a tattoo that looks really nice, so go for it. I'm looking down on my list and I've got a few definite don'ts with a new tattoo. So one definite don't is don't use things like Savlon, Vaseline, or like really perfumed products. It's definitely going to do your tattoo no good. Sometimes things like Savlon actually draw out the colour. You know, it's an antiseptic, which is great. Like, you want your skin, you know, to not be infected and things, and that's, I think that's probably why people started putting it on in the first place. But actually, it's got a lot in there that really draws out anything foreign to your skin, which essentially ink is, really. So no Savlon. Vaseline, don't do Vaseline, and anything really perfumed, like, you know, those Boots smelly products that you get, you know, all those gift sets and stuff. Oh, just leave them at home. Like, don't use those. It's just going to irritate it and feel horrible. But once again, like, use your initiative and use it's your own body and you know it. And if you're putting something on there and you're thinking like, oh, this doesn't feel right, or like this is really hurting, or like, I don't use Bepanthen because like I feel it's really like sticky. Like, it just doesn't. I just don't feel it works for my skin. That's cool. Like, ask around, like, speak to friends. Maybe you've got some siblings that might have sort of similar skin to you. Like, see what they use, see what works for them, and just kind of roll with it. And hopefully you'll have a really nice, lovely, colourful, well shaded, non-patchy tattoo at the end. We hope, fingers crossed, that's the goal, isn't it? So yeah, that's it really. Any questions, like, shove them below. I'm listening, I'm here, and I'll tell you like what advice I know, and I can pass you on to someone who does know if I don't know. Please give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. I do like making videos for you guys, and I will happily make more if you've got any ideas for subjects and things. And also, if you can subscribe, that would be fab. It really helps me keep making videos for you all. And that's it really. We'll see you all later. Thanks so much for your time. See you later, guys. Bye.